go ahead and change on the guy, but you guys have already pitched him on a particular deal. We can't back out on it now. So you've told them 2,000 2 months in a row. They do 2,000 this month, they can do 2,000 next month, okay? Starting the 1st of June, if you're gonna start qualifying for supervisor, it's how much next month? 2,500 with how much unencumbered? 1,000. And the following month, 2,500 with 1,000 unencumbered, okay?
You said that the roll-up money goes to the next 3 people that do 2,500 volume. Is that correct?
Right.
So you get paid on your first 3.
You always get paid
on your first
5% on
whatever.
your first 3.
And then on everything until you hit the next 3 people that do 2,500.
Well, it depends on the circumstances.
Okay.
Okay. If the first 3 people that you hit did 2,500, you've already gone through the first 3. Okay. If each one of these guys do 2,000, each person that doesn't do 5%, you always get to skip down generations until you keep going until you hit the first 3 that do 2,500. Now, does that mean that you could go, you're at 2,500, this person does 500, you get how much? 5%. This person does 1,000, you get how much? 5%. This one does 2,500. 5%. Okay? Now, let's do another one. Okay? Let's do that one over. This guy does 2,000. You get, well, how much? This one does 1,000, you get how much? This one does 500. Okay? Then this one down here does 500. Okay? This one earned 1% on this one, so 4 goes up. That keeps rolling down. Let's say you go down another 8 generations, and you get the one person that hits 2,500. There's 1. Then let's say you got 3 more people of 500. You keep skipping down till you get to another 2,500. That's 2. Then it skips another 5 generations of 500, and you hit the 3rd one. Because listen to this here. Okay, you're thinking, how is this possible? Okay. Well, these 3 people are all going to earn 5%. Okay. So those 3 people, okay, those are the ones that you get stuck on. Okay. Anything else in between is all got a percentage that's got a difference. That difference continues to roll up. Okay. But you still get to pass a generation because there's all these people in between that aren't getting the money. It's got to go to the first 3 people upline that do 2,500. So it goes up. Everybody who does 2,500, the first 3 2,500s are always going to get the difference money. All the way down to the first 3 people that do 2,500, no matter where they're at. Goes up and down. It's amazing the way this thing works. I mean, truly amazing, okay? Now, teach it this way because it's very simple. If you start getting much more complicated than that, you're going to get into a lot of questions and answers that start becoming very difficult because of the difference between who earned on what person at what time, okay? I would keep it like this. Keep it simple to the questions that we've talked about here tonight and say, listen, don't worry. Just do this. Be friendly to everybody in your organization. Tell them all, I love you. Let them do what they're going to do. And then remember, you're going to make money on everybody, all the way down to the first 3 people that hit the full volume requirement. And then the statement will tell you who you got it on all the way down, and you'll know exactly what happened. But what you're going to want to do is make sure that you work first line, so you go down line as deep as it can possibly go. And now you don't not only get to do that the first month, you can do that every month. For how long? Ever. I want you guys to dream. Just this. Okay? All you got to think about is the first 3 levels, you earn 5%. Anybody in there on the 3 levels does less than 2,500, you get to start skipping down. Anybody that you skip down on, anything that they earn on percentage, the difference in the percentage rolls up to you, okay? Till you get to 3 people at 2,500, okay? Unless the first 3 people in line were 2,500, would you skip down? No. Would anything roll up? No. Okay, because the first 3 did 2,500. Okay, and with that, that's going to increase 2,500. You guys think about how many people you got doing 2,000. I know one thing for me. The biggest thing I'm thinking about is not so much all these different levels. Okay, all these different levels is great. All this different roll-up stuff, wonderful. Let me tell you what I'm thinking about. I got 20,000 people doing 2,000 a month, okay? Now, 20, I don't know about you, but when you got 20,000 people a month, that could go to $500 more a month, okay? Which equals $10 million next month. And that's the worst month, so you get pretty excited. What I'd be thinking about, okay? Sure, the zeros are great, okay? Sure, the roll-up's great. But what I'd be thinking about is we need to do some more business, okay? And we need to get to work like we've never gotten to work before in our entire lives. We need to pitch like we've never pitched in our entire life. We need to act like we've never acted in our entire life. We need to go like we've never gone in our entire life. Because here's one of the things we've got going for ourselves. First of all, this marketing plan is going to make a change in a lot of people's checks July 15th. Now, some of those are going to be $50 changes. To a guy that's doing $100, is a $50 change significant? Yes, okay? And you need to point out to them how significant that is. That's called a 50% increase in your royalty override check, okay? And if they have more business, just think of how it could affect their check, okay? So what you need to talk to them about is how exciting that $50 is, okay? And for the first, some of them are going to get $200 increases. Some of them are going to get $1,500 increases. And we're going to have people that have $5,000 increases. And we're going to have people that have $8,000 increases. And this doesn't even include the production bonuses. Okay? And this doesn't include the 500 points more we're talking about where we're going to make our real money. So what we need to do, gang, we've got an opportunity here, a window of opportunity called that nobody else in the history of marketing has ever done this with the royalty system. So if there was ever a time to go, when would it be? Now, okay? Not next week, not next year, okay? Because let me tell you what needs to happen with this program. There's gonna be a jump in the checks anyway, okay? That means you can run around, my check gone up as a result of Now, if we go to work, we can say, look how much it went up. It's really out of control. And then if we work harder than that the next month, we can say it's really unbelievable because now it's starting to kick in. And if we'll go ballistic in the next month and really go crazy, then we can say it's completely out of control. And then if we'll go absolutely bananas in the month of September and our checks get bigger, guess what the checks start doing to everybody? It starts linking your group up, okay? So what we got to concentrate on, okay, and this whole deal is going to be about this weekend, is having us jumpstart the program. That means us going back to work like we've never gone to work in our entire life. It means going absolutely crazy with recruiting like we've never recruited in our entire life. It means pitching our downline like we've never pitched in our entire life. And it means us getting our check up quicker than we ever have in our life, so life will be easier. So that you can go looky, so that your check matches the pitch, okay? And when your check matches the pitch, guess what happens to your organization that you guys have been out there going, go group, go group, go, okay? Right? Testimonials is what makes the business work. Everybody knows that, right? Okay, so we need to have skincare testimonials and make it a big point in the meeting for a lot of reasons. A, to sell the products. B, the more people that we start getting in this business, we want to make them feel comfortable as being a skincare person as much as we have been, for most of us, weight loss and nutrition people. Okay, those people got to feel comfortable when they're in the room. Okay, so in Japan, we took a shot at it and we did a 2 testimonial countdown. Write that down. A 2 testimonial countdown. It worked unbelievable. Okay, is what took place. So we said, okay, everybody that's lost weight and had some really excellent results on the nutritional products, stand up. Okay, and we did our little countdown, and they came up and told about all their weight loss and what had happened on the nutrition and all that. But just a little a tip here, okay? Especially for those of you who have more nutrition products, okay? Remember that the person that's sitting in the audience, they don't know anything except what they hear and what they see. So when we do these weight loss countdowns and they've seen a little bit of the weight loss product, and you talk a little bit about nutrition and they just say, I lost weight, you got to remember the person sitting in the audience a lot of times thinks that a lot of those things have happened with just 4 or 5 products, okay? So in the weight loss nutrition testimonials, if you've had a tremendous result with one of the targeted products, write this down, this is important. You have to specifically say what product it was that started getting you that result. Because the testimonials up in front of the room is what's selling the room. And remember, the room is basically naive except for what they hear and what they see.
Oh, and we'll end it right there. I'll post a link to that video, which got a lot of, actually, let me do that right now. So I cannot play you guys. Basically, it's Mark Hughes, The Mind of a Mental Giant. It's about 5 hours long of him going through different clips of him talking at different events and things like that. I'm going to start doing that from now on. I'm going to start posting the PD, the link, just because, you know, I feel like it's good for you guys to be able to reference that. Anyway, welcome to the Sunday Call. Jerry Cooper, active world team member, been in the business in about 20-ish days. It'll be my 6-year anniversary signed up as an Herbalife distributor. Seems like I just signed up yesterday. But actually doing a business about 4.5, almost 5 years. Got started on the products January 3rd, 2014. Needed to gain weight. I was about 175, same height, 6'4", super skinny. So I started taking the product and I started getting results. And it was super dope because I remember I felt really good about doing it. And I felt really good on the inside about how my energy was projecting to everybody else and what I was doing as far as basketball, as far as just getting up early, as far as focusing in class. And I remember also with the results side was the business side of me talking to people about, hey, let me get you in shape. Hey, let me help you out. Hey, I can help you make extra money. And I remember people would doubt me. I remember people would say, you're not going to stick with it. I remember people would say, you're not going to actually, stay in the gym. I remember actually people saying that you're not going to drink the shakes. Those things are going to get boring for you, and everything like that. So yes, with the motivation of people supporting me saying, yeah, that's awesome. Keep doing that. I hope the best for you. But also the motivation of people doubting me and me wanting to prove them wrong. And in the sense of me doing it for the haters, right? I know a lot of you guys have heard me say that before, but your haters are important. Make sure you have more than one. Because if people ain't hating on you, you're not necessarily doing enough. Because if you're not being noticed by enough people that's going to say, yeah, that's awesome, and yeah, that's weak, then you're probably not talking to enough people or showing enough people what you do. So the moral of that is to have enough people have the view for you to be in their universe, for them to say whatever they're going to say, because whether they're acknowledging you with negativity or whether they're acknowledging you with positivity, they're acknowledging you, right? I've had people come to me at first saying, that's not going to work. You're not going to stick with it, yada, 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 just to follow it up with however many weeks, months, years later, hey, I actually want a program. What's up with that? Or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So it's a testament to you to stick with your journey. Remember your why, and remember to say, hey, I remember I felt like this beforehand, and I never want to feel like that. So I'm going to continue to go on a path that I'm on right now. Boom. Right. So remembering your why, I believe that's super important. And I think like a lot of people can get caught up in like doing the business just to say I'm doing the business, or you just feel normalized saying, oh yeah, I've been doing this and that, yada, yada, yada. But you're not necessarily keeping your why in your front view as to why you're waking up early, why you're continuously talking to people, why you'll do things that you don't feel like doing, why you'll show up to events, why you'll stretch yourself for your why, right? And so you guys don't have to say it on the call. You can if you want to. You can just, unmute yourself and speak about it if you want to. But I challenge you guys to consistently remind yourself of your why and to say, this is why I'm doing this, not necessarily for me, because your why is, I'm almost say it like this. Your why, for most people, if it's about you, it's easy for you to quit on yourself. But if you say, yo, my why is my mother, my why is my family, my why is I want to do something purposeful as far as my community or whatever, then it's a lot harder for you to quit on that rather than it is for you to quit on yourself. Because it's easy to be like, oh, whatever, I ain't gonna get up. But it's like, yo, I got my people dependent on me. I got my mom dependent on me. I got my community dependent on me. Therefore, in turn, if I slack off, they don't get to have the life. They don't get to have the opportunity. They don't get to have the chance. So therefore, in turn, if you have your why be somebody else, it puts a bigger load on your back, but a load that you can handle. Because, you know what I'm saying? Nothing is going to come your way. The universe is going to give you everything that you can handle, right? Perfect example of that, Bridget, me and her was talking about, well, we talk every day, almost every day. But I remember like about 2 weeks ago, she was just going through a lot when it comes to her opening up her club, people not signing off on her situations, people getting sick that's supposed to be working on her building. And it's like a lot of shit was happening for her where it's like, yo, this is not going how I thought. I plan to be open this day. Now I'm foreseeingly pushing it back a few weeks. The universe kicked in, as it always does. And what happened? She was able to get her paper signed off. She was actually able to get a contractor, or I don't want to say get a contractor, but she was able to refill that position of that person that got sick. And she got her paper signed. So that's awesome. So now all they have to do is the build out. And I believe one more quick little step after that, and the doors is going to be open. Is that correct? Or am I just talking? There we go. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So that's the universe at work. It's not going to allow you to fall off. But the thing is, though, it's going to push you to the brink. It's going to have you say, yo, it's going to have you do one of them where it's like, yo, I got to take a step back. But I promise you guys, if you stay on the journey, if you stay pushing no matter what, everything will work out how it's supposed to. And that's just a testament of that as well. What I wanted to get into today is taking advantage of the opportunity. First of all, let me move because, you know, the sun getting in my face and I'm starting to sweat for no reason. Bet. All right, boom. All right, so taking advantage of opportunity, right? How many of you guys say that you guys are good at recognizing opportunities to talk to people when it's there in front of you? How many of you got, raise your hand if you feel like you're good at taking opportunities. No, or Amanda, kinda, Bridget, strong, Carlos, no hand raised, Jorge, Keisha, no camera. So therefore, in turn, no answer. I'm gonna tell you guys something. And I seen it firsthand. It's the only reason why I'm bringing this up is that people say that they want to take the opportunity, and they say they want to go to press team. They say that they want to do this and that, but they're not taking advantage of every opportunity in front of them. So I'm going to tell you like this. Just like Roger Brown said, he did our STS. I don't know when he did our STS, but he did it sometime this year. Roger Brown, frontline, millionaire team member, to Matt Rushbrook, who is a 15K President's team member. He actually did a call for us earlier in the year as well. I remember Roger Brown saying this, that you have to take advantage of the opportunity. And some of us not out here taking advantage of the opportunity. How do I know this? Because I went to the gym the other day with one of our team members, right? And, we was working out, we was doing our thing, you know what I'm saying, working out. And for me, I always try to at least see if there's an opportunity for me to talk to somebody, even if I'm not necessarily planning to, if I didn't come with that intention. But when I'm there, I'm reminded as, hey, I don't want to let people pass me because this person that's passing me could be my next diamond, right? So we're at the gym, and the person at the front desk. So how many of you guys go to a commercial gym or something like that, right? Where there's the person at the front desk where you say, hey, such and such, you know, whatever, you build that slight rapport with them. They know who you are. You wear your button or XYZ, whatever, right? They know who you are. You see that person all the time or a majority of the time. So that was this person at the front desk. I walked up to him and I just had a slight conversation with him with one of our team members. And I said, and now mind you, at this gym, a few of our team members go to this gym. A few of them go there. And I'm like, so I walk up to the person. I said, all right, before I say anything, how many people try to talk to you about Herbalife? Her answer was 0. 0 people try to talk to you about Herbalife. Now, mind you, I know 4 or 5 people that go to this gym that are on our team. I said, what? Nobody? While she's standing next to me. I look at her and I said, wow, you're not doing your job. Just, you know, playing around, but not like, you know what I'm saying, really like that. But, oh, you're not doing your job. So I continue to talk to this person about Herbalife, and she said that she was actually very interested. So I asked a series of questions, and that was good for this person to see me actually doing face-to-face, like live, because it wasn't planned. It wasn't like, okay, we're going to go out and go talk to people. It was just like, oh, the opportunity is here. So it wasn't like I was prepared, but when preparation meets opportunity, you don't have to get prepared, right? So I was ready for the opportunity. So I ended up talking to this person about Herbalife. We got their number, got their contact information, and they're super excited about getting started actually, and they're going to order some products within the next week. So I looked at her and I said, how many people are you actually talking to on the regular? And she was like, a few, sometimes I don't. And I'm just like thinking to myself like, okay, and that's fine. But that's not fine if you say you want to go to press team. That's not fine if you say, if you're not talking to at least one person or at least giving yourself the chance to win, then I believe that's a problem if you say you want to go to press team, right? Yesterday, me and Amanda, we was getting some food yesterday. I didn't necessarily have the intention on talking to people, but I was ready for the opportunity. I had my Herbalife jersey on. I had a button on. And the gentleman that was actually taking our food, he had asked me about the LA Galaxy. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not really a soccer fan, but I just got the jersey up because I do Herbalife, right? I don't think he really understood what that meant because he didn't say anything. But then right after I said I do Herbalife, he looked at my pen. He's like, oh, what does your pen say? And I had to lose my Ask Me How button on. And he was like, oh, yo, that's hella dope, but I don't want to lose it. I want to gain weight. And I was like, oh, no, don't even worry. That's actually what I did. And he's like, what, really? So we had a quick little conversation. Got his Instagram, and now I'm going to follow up with him tomorrow to say, yo, bro, was good with that because he was like super excited about wanting to get bigger, right? So my point is this. The point of why I'm saying this is that, one, are you guys wearing your button everywhere? Because I've seen people not with their button on. And 2, are we doing face-to-face at every opportunity that we get? It only takes 10 seconds of courage for you guys to change your life. For us to change our lives. 10 seconds of courage. The worst people are going to say is no. Like I always say that the worst people are going to say is no, and people will still find ways to make it weird onto why they won't walk up to people, right? And my thing is this. It's going to take you to get uncomfortable for you to actually get familiar with the space of saying, hey, what's up? Hey, this is what I do. Hey, what's your goals, right? It's easy. Just imagine if he was like, yo, you know what? I want to make it a press team in 2 years. I'm going to talk to 10 people a day without me being afraid. But for the point for you to not get afraid is maybe it's going to have to take you 50 times at first. If you knew that you had to talk to 50 people for you to get it down packed to talk to people face to face, and you can make it a press team in 10 years, how fast would you do to 50 people? That's the question that you should ask yourself. Because a lot of people out here is not talking to people because they feel like they're going to say something weird, or they feel like they might beat them up, or they're going to look at them like, why are you talking to me? And the reality of it is most people are looking for something in this realm. You want health? You want better health? You can come do Herbalife. You want more friends? You can come do Herbalife. You want a better income? You can come do Herbalife. You want to change your life in totality? You can come do Herbalife, right? You just want to have great vibes? You can come do Herbalife, right? Like, if you want to see good-looking people, you can come do Herbalife. You want to travel? You can come do Herbalife. You want to wear nice clothes? You can come do Herbalife. Like, the thing about it is, if you're not letting people know about what's available, you'll never be able to say yes Some people are going to say no, but some people want to say yes. But if they don't know, if they don't have the option, if you're not on their radar, how is it possible that we can recruit more people? How can we get more frontline? How can we increase the size of the team if we're not telling people? So my challenge to you guys is to say, hey, you know what? This week, also with EOM, I'm going to talk to more people than I've ever talked to this week. Within a week span, not ever, but within this week span, I'm going to talk to the most people I've ever talked to in a week this week than I have ever in 1 week before. Can we take that challenge on? Raise your hand if you want to take the challenge, because I'm down to take the challenge. Bridget, Amanda, Carlos. I wanted to say Jorge, so I was like, Carlos, bet. All right, awesome. In. Jorge says he's in. Dope. And for anybody that's watching this call in the future, so, and this is awesome too. I really want to shout out Andrew, because I know he wasn't on the call last week, but he hit me with a message earlier. So the call's on Sunday, obviously I posted it, but he hit me up on, I want to say Monday or Tuesday, talking to me about the call on what I said. So I just want to shout out Andrew for saying, hey, you know what, even though I wasn't on the call at the time, I watched the recording and he watched the full, 45 minutes of it or whatever. And that just shows for him that he's hungry on learning more information. He's hungry on getting more tips. He's hungry on wanting to get better, right? So shout out to Andrew for that. And my point of saying that is for anybody that's not watching the call right now that will watch this after it's posted, if you are in to talk to the most people that you've ever talked to within a week, just go ahead and message me or type it in the chat saying that you're in, and we'll go from there, and I'll hold people accountable to that. And it's going to be awesome. But I commit to 100. That's what's up. That's what's up. Go ahead. Let's do it, Jorge. Let's do it. Let's do 100, bro. I guarantee you'll do a lot of your volume will increase if you talk to 100 people this week. I guarantee it. But anyway, I want to switch gears. I want to go ahead and give it to Bridget, because she just went to STS in LA. So if you want to go ahead and take the call and do your thing about STS, please.
Yeah, so I just have a few things to say. I'll start by saying that Celeste Richmond was speaking yesterday, and it was probably the most poignant and powerful training I've ever experienced, not just because of what she had to say, although it was like very intense, but also because
question.
there were what?
Was your, so just as a flashback, 1 year ago this weekend was your first event before,
Yeah.
right? With
Yep.
Celeste speaking.
With who?
Was Celeste speaking at your first event, or was it, who was it?
I don't remember who was speaking, to be honest. Oh no, it was the people from like Oklahoma. Mandy.
It was Mandy and
somebody,
yeah,
I don't
Mandy
know.
and such and such Bryant. Yes, I remember. Yeah. But it was her 1 year
Yeah, like the
anniversary of
couple.
putting an event.
Anyway, but the more important thing was that Nicole Lakin was pin presidency, and that James Woods and Nicole Lakin were pin presidency that day, and that's why I remember that.
Yes. All right, go ahead.
But yesterday there were like a ton of people that were hitting mil 7.5 and get 2.5, and it was just like a big day. And then Celeste was on top of all that, being all intense and everything. And probably the one thing I really want to share is that she kind of just went like into preaching mode for like 20 minutes at the very end of training, talking about how sometimes it's not, because she was kind of like having a bone to pick with personal development, and how people approach it is more like, I need to come out and learn all of these things, but it's not about learning as much as you can. It's about unlearning all of the crappy stuff you've been taught as well, and unleashing everything that is already within you, because we all have these capabilities. We all have this potential. We've just learned ways to get in our own way, basically. So the most powerful thing that we can do in personal development is unlearn all of the bad stuff, because even if you learn all this good stuff, the bad stuff will still be there and it'll get in the way every single time. So it's just as important to focus on you and getting rid of the crappy stuff that's holding you down so that you can actually reach your full and true potential. But in terms of the business, I mean, she's the one business thing that she said that kind of hit me was that you have to become a stone and create a stone, like, to get to the next level. So she was talking about how hers, she had 3 active supervisors, I guess. She had a 3-stone pin and she hit get. She had a 5-stone pin and hit mill, a 7-stone pin and hit 7.5 mil. And she said a 10-stone pin will get you to prez, but she had 9 stones and hit prez. So that was kind of like her thing, to have like a gauge. So like you create the duplication in your downline to grow your business. And that's kind of, if you have those kinds of people and they have the same kind of organization going, then you're going to grow a lot faster. So that's all I got.
Nice, definitely. I definitely believe that if you aim for active supervisors, frontline active supervisors, your business will like undoubtedly grow. Just because for you to get at least one active supervisor, it probably is going to take you to sponsor X amount of people, and out of those X amount of people, some of them will hit supervisor, but not all of them will be active. So you guys got to imagine, between you get one active supervisor, you'll probably still get about 3 or 4 supervisors in total. One doing 2,500 every month. You see what I'm saying? So if you can get, for every one active supervisor, there's 4 total supervisors. Just imagine what that would do for your business. You know what I mean? Just imagine how many people that would get added frontline, and in turn, they'll add in people frontline as well. Which will become your second line, and third line, and fourth line, and beyond, all the way down till you have your 25th line. And just imagine what that would be like, having 25 lines of people. I can't imagine. I already know. For me, at this point, I already have, 6 lines? Not 6 lines, but 6 lines deep. I do believe I have a line that goes like 4 or 5 or 5 or 6 deep, and I'm just like, you know, when I see people getting added, I'm thinking to myself, like, who are these people? You know what I mean? But it's a good feeling to not exactly know who's on your team. It's a good problem to have, for you to get to know them. That's a good problem to have, definitely. Just like Marquise was saying earlier on the personal development, the testimonials is very important. Telling your story is super important. I don't know how many times I tell my story to people during the week that actually get them to be like enticed about what I do. And I want to say that when you're telling your stories, not necessarily your 30-second story, but when you're just somebody just asking you about what's going on or what your journey's been, make sure you guys highlight the high points in your business, right? Like, for example, when I'm telling my story, I'll tell people about how I used to be a college athlete before, how I got started in Herbalife, and how it took me 6 months to get started, and how even after that, it took me 4 months to get to my first event. And then after that, I came out of this event, I started sponsoring people, I started getting more clients, and I had active royalty, right? And then so everything in between that and now is not necessarily important for me to say, okay, I started my first Fit Club. I tried the new banana caramel shake when it came out. Oh, I hit a PR. I gained 5 pounds in the overall essence of me getting 40. Like, that's not important. You guys get what I'm trying to say? You guys want to highlight the important parts of it. Boom, 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 things that's going to get people to hear you out. But then you don't have to talk about, oh, I signed up this person and they quit on me a month later. Why? That's not a part of the journey. I mean, yes, it's a part of the journey, but that's not a highlight. People don't want to hear about that. We want to hear about what's going on. So usually when I speak about that, I'll say, oh, hey, Active World Team. And then what you see on social media is basically 4 years of work into now, and me speaking about you, about the opportunity and the income that it's provided me and the lifestyle that I live now, yada, yada, yada. Right. So you guys want to highlight that. You guys want to highlight the high parts. You guys want to be able to articulate the parts that are very important. And you guys want to be able to package all that in one. So if you're not doing that, or if you haven't been able to do that, or not been able to, but if you haven't done it so far, you guys have the opportunity to do it now, and work on that. So if you want to work with me to be able to learn your story a little bit better, not learn it, but being able to articulate it a little bit better, you can hit me up and then we can go over that. Or if you already know it, I suggest that you get out into the marketplace and start giving that story to more people. It is definitely January, June, what's today? 23rd, right? So we basically have, we have 7 days left in the week or in the month. EOM Mindset, right? Going after our goals with intensity and closing out the month like we never done before. What is it going to take for us to be able to go harder than we've ever done in EOM? We have a full 7 days. I'm seeing everybody's volume. Everybody's doing good, but we can definitely do better. What is it going to take for us to get better? Work the hardest that you've ever done in Herbalife this next week and then the next following 3 weeks, so we can go into extravaganza with crazy fire. Extravaganza! So we can go into extravaganza with crazy fire, because I want to remind you guys that extravaganza is a celebration, right? You guys don't want to be in extravaganza with your volume not necessarily where you want it to be. You don't want to be out there by yourself with no team members. You don't want to be out there with not enough extra income for you to be able to have fun with everybody else. So the perfect way to set that up for you is, regardless to what bills you have, regardless to whenever they have to be paid, you already probably have that taken care of with your corporate job. So you have 30 days. You pretty much have extravaganzas, on the 26th? So we have like 33 days, something like that. Yeah, we basically got 33 days between now and extravaganza. It's getting close. Woo! I remember we was talking about this in January, about how we was going to be dope, right? It's 33 days away. So now, if you haven't been doing it up until this point, it's now time to be thinking about, yo, this is real. What are we going to do? How many people do I have to talk to for me to increase my volume, for me to increase the dollars in my pocket so I can have a great time at extravaganza? What is it going to look like? What is it going to take? Do I have to map it out? Do I have a tracker if I need it? How many people do I need to talk to? How many people do I need to follow up with? How many posts do I need to do on social media? How many shake parties do I need to have? Do I need to start a fit club? Do I need to invite people to Bridget's grand opening? Whatever. Right? You guys need to be thinking about what is it going to take for you to have the best possible experience in extravaganza. Because I believe for most of the team, it's going to be their first time, besides myself, besides Amanda, besides Takesha, and besides Bridget, and Raina. So besides us 5, the other 8, 9 people, it's going to be their first time. So for everybody that's watching this in the future, ask yourself this question: what is it going to take for me to have my best experience possible at extravaganza, right? And obviously not coming by yourself. There's still time. I'm definitely still working on like 3 people right now to say, yo, you can get to extravaganza if you really want to. Like, if you really want to go, you can go. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to count yourself out to say, whatever, like, I won't be able to make it because of the money, or I'm not going to have the income. But it's like, dude, what are we doing Herbalife for? I believe I said this last week. What are we doing Herbalife for if you're not using that extra income for you to fuel your business so you can make more money in the long run, right? Don't get it confused, right? This is for the long term, especially if you're going to extravaganza. Like, you don't need to go to extravaganza if you're just like, oh, whatever, I'm here to, like I said, it's no problem. But if you're wanting to make $500 a month, it's no point for you to go to extravaganza, because the extravaganza is for the dreamers, for the people that want to hit tab team and beyond, right? So therefore, in turn, if you're coming to extravaganza, there has to be some level of importance. There has to be some level of why to say, yo, I'm going to travel more than halfway across the country to come to this business event, right? Because it's costing money for you to go. You got to pay for your plane ticket. You obviously have to pay for your ticket to the event, and obviously you have to pay for your stay for the Airbnb. So if you kicking out at least $400, you know what I'm saying? You're doing it for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So just remind yourselves of that, please. Other than that, I just want to keep it there. I want to keep it short because it is EOM. We'll have another call, obviously, next week for the last day of EOM. But if you guys need help as far as anything going forth in this week, do not hesitate to call me. Please reach out. Text me, call me, whatever the case may be. I'll get back to you. And let's work together. We got 7 days, 168 hours for us to bang out these cuts of 2,500 and this first cut of Global Expansion Team. And in between that time, I know Bridget will be updating us on her grand opening for the club, because it does look like the grand opening will be before extravaganza. So she'll just look out for that. And it's going to be a poppin'. So I'll see you guys. Hit me up if you need me. And that's it.